Good. You remember when you had a linear equation, it looked like this. If it didn't look like that, you solve for y to see if it did look like that. That was the slope, and this was the y-intercept. Well, now we have a quadratic equation. It doesn't cause a line, it doesn't have slope, but it causes a parabola. When you graph it, you have a parabola. There are parts of it that you need to be able to identify to be able to use the quadratic formula, and a formula I'm going to show you today. So let me give you some examples. Negative x squared plus 5. Okay. Look up here. What is a in this equation?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. It's the coefficient of x squared. What is b?
0.
It's 0. There is no x here, so it must have been 0 times x. Okay? And what is c?
5.
5. Here's another one. Okay, what is a?
1.
1. What is b?
Negative 5.
Negative 5c.
0.
0. All right. Once you can identify A, B, and C, let's leave that up here. Here is all that a quadratic equation does. It causes you to, if you graph it, you will have a parabola that might look like this, or you're going to have a parabola that might look like that. If it looks like this, then A is positive. If it looks like this, then A is negative. Now you have to be careful. If I give you 2x squared plus y equals 7, and I say, does it go up or does it go down? You can't tell unless you solve for y. Y equals negative 2x squared plus 7. This is a parabola that goes down. Always, when you see the equation written in this form, make a decision whether it goes up or down so that you don't draw the wrong thing. At least you know which way you're going. Okay? Because I noticed 2 of you had the second one going up on the homework last night. It's impossible. Now, all you do when you're going to solve a quadratic equation is you're going to find where does it cross the x-axis. That's what the solution to a quadratic is. For example, here is a parabola that crosses the x-axis in 2 places. That would be the solution to the quadratic equation. Here's a parabola that crosses in 1 place. That parabola, whatever equation caused this parabola, why do you keep turning it, looking at him? Whatever equation caused this parabola gave you only 1 solution. And then sometimes there is no solution. How could that be? It doesn't cross the x-axis ever.
Wait, so for the first one you can put either one of those points?
No, you put both. When you learn to solve quadratics next week, you will have 2 answers for whatever equation this came from. You will have 1 answer here, and your answer here is going to be, there is no solution. Okay? What you're going to do is you're going to turn this into a 0. Because isn't the x-intercept when y is 0?
Yeah.
And that is how you, that's all the parabola does, is tell you where does it cross the x-axis. Then we'll learn how to do that with story problems. Your x-axis will be the ground. You know, you start here, you throw something up in the air, and it lands here. There's your x-axis. Okay? Or you're digging a hole. There's your x-axis. All right. All I want you to be able to do today is tell me what the axis of symmetry is and what the vertex is. Okay, let's remember what that means. Here's a parabola that was caused by some equation where this is positive. It has an axis of symmetry. Let's say on the x-axis I don't wanna draw the axis of symmetry, because I want you to figure out where it is. What if I have a parabola that crosses the x-axis at -1, 0? That's also the x-intercept is sometimes called the zero of the equation. Okay? The zero. And it crossed at 3, 0. Who can tell me what the center of that is? If it's at -1 and 3, in other words, -1 and 3, what's the center?
1.
How'd you get 1?
Add them up divided by 2.
Yes. Add -1 plus 3, what do you get? 2. 2 divided by 2? 1's the middle. Here, I'll show you, I'll prove it to you. The middle of any two numbers is the average. So we have some parabola that goes from -1 to 3. Okay? We don't know how far down it goes or anything yet. We just know that it looks like that. It might be lower, might be way down here somewhere. We don't know. We don't know how much it, well, we know how much it opens, but he found the center, which is, you can see it's 1, by adding the x's and dividing by 2. Or just use common sense, you know, these are 4 apart, go 2 to the right. It's 1. What if I have a parabola that crosses at -34, 0 and 40, 0? What is the center of that parabola?
3.
3. -34 plus 40 is 6. 6 divided by 2, 3. That means the axis of symmetry, sometimes just put AOS, x equals 3. That means the center of this is somewhere on the coordinate plane. It goes through 3. 3 is the center of it. 3 is where it's cut in half. Okay? Your axis of symmetry is the middle of your parabola. On your homework tonight, you have 4 questions. You just look at the graph and find the middle and give me the axis of symmetry. Okay? Everybody can do that. You can either count the boxes, or if it's crazy numbers, add them up, divide by 2. You with me, Cole?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, Cole. Yeah, good, Josh.
What if I had this, and I said, what is the axis of symmetry?
3.
What?
3.
It's 3, right? The vertex goes through the center. Okay. Doing so far so good. Now I'm going to show you how to find the axis of symmetry without a picture.
What?
We just did it.
Square.
No, no, no. No points.
What? Ocean equation.
Oh. This is a quadratic equation. It is in standard form. It has A equals what?
1,
B equals?
8,
C equals?
-6.
-6. Okay? Should always know what A, B, and C are. All right. To find the axis of symmetry from an equation, there is a formula. Opposite of B over 2 times A. You will use this so many times you won't have to memorize it because you'll have it in your head. You're going to have to do that for every single problem because that's the first thing you're going to do. Where's the middle of my parabola? Okay? Middle of my parabola is the opposite of B, -8, over 2 times
1.
1.
Will there ever be any situations with y equals ax squared instead of just x squared? Because like where it doesn't tell us
Well, yeah.
what the amount is. No, like say it's just a, we don't know what the So we never say that?
A means coefficient of x squared.
Exactly, so wait, will we ever have to try to find the coefficient?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so now we know, let's take that out of there. We have a parabola, it goes up, because that's positive, and somewhere on a coordinate plane, it goes through -4. Okay? So somewhere on here, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the middle of my parabola of this equation. We don't know if it's up here, we don't know if it's down here, but that's the middle. The next step is to find the vertex. Since it goes up, we are looking for the minimum. Okay? We are looking for the vertex by plugging in the -4 for x. And that gives us y, which is our vertex. So, on your calculators, get them out. We've got to make sure you know how to use them. Even though you can do this mentally, let's make sure you know how to use your graphing calculator in case this is ever a decimal. And it will be.
Which graphing calculator?
That one. Why graphing? I don't understand.
You said graphing calculator.
Yeah, you said graph.
Grab,
Say grab.
that's a neck.
Grab your calculator, not graphing calculator.
How do you graph a calculator?
Who knows? Okay, x equals -4. That's our axis of symmetry. -4 cuts that parabola in half. Where is the bottom of that parabola? What'd you get?
Are we talking for y? I got -22.
-22, you got 10. Come on, let's hear them all. What'd you get?
16.
16. Do you understand we all have the same calculator and we have 3 different answers? That's not good.
Don't yell at me, but I don't know how to do this.
You don't know how to put a number in for x.
Oh, okay, we're plugging it in, cool.
-4.
-4, fourth answer. Fourth answer.
18.
I think it's -4.
Wait a minute.
But look at this. Look at that. I swear I put it in
Because
wrong.
if it's going upwards, that means -4.
There's how you put it in.
I think it's negative.
Left parenthesis,
That's what it is.
left parenthesis, because you're substituting an x. -4, right parenthesis, x squared button,
Oh, I just did the carrot
plus 8, left parenthesis, -4, right parenthesis, subtraction sign, not negative sign, 6.
Could also
I
be
got -4.
too.
Huh?
-22.
the carrot button too.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
did
you can
the
use
carrot.
also, instead of the x squared button, in case you have it to the 3rd power, you can use the caret and then a 2.
Miss Stoner, I did that and I still got -22.
So how do we know you're wrong?
You're not.
How do we know you're wrong? I haven't done it yet.
Do it both ways.
I'm just gonna do it mentally. Okay, that's 16 plus -16, isn't it? No,
22.
-32,
This is negative.
which is -16 minus 6,
That's what Jordan said.
Negative 22.
-22.
Nice.
Make sure you can get -22.
You said
Your worst enemy is a calculator for easy math like this.
Can we do board work?
Why are you trying to do
I love board work. It's like the way I learned it. It's crafted.
Yeah, let me send you to the board right now to do absolutely nothing you can do on your homework.
I can do it.
Okay, Josh is gonna go up in front of the camera on YouTube.
Good job.
Okay, let's go, Josh.
Oh my god.
Come on,
Alright.
you're on film. -x squared minus 2x, and he is going to find the vertex.
Okay, I don't even know what that is.
Teach the class that, well, you wanted to do board work, that's what the lesson
No, I
is.
thought you meant like the. See, I thought we learned it all, but I was wrong.
You did learn it all.
Oh, okay, then this is nothing.
Okay, here. Teach the class how to find the vertex.
So,
Now, you gotta look at the class when you're teaching it, otherwise they're gonna be throwing spitballs at you.
so I think the vertex is right here. Yeah, and and then see, you have to have a graph. See, there's not enough information here to solve it. So
Sit down.
Use the,
There's one in every class.
the eviction was shot for
You can see yourself on YouTube today.
wait, you did say to find the vertex, and I drew a circle around it, so I guess.
You didn't even draw the right parabola, it's upside down.
Well, see, you didn't draw the right parabola, it was already there.
No, that was the last one.
Yeah,
see, I didn't know that. See, not enough information.
No, not enough information in your head. You're right about that. Okay, when you see a quadratic equation, you immediately know whether it's up or down by looking at the coefficient, which is A. If it's negative, your parabola goes upside down. For today only, I just want you to find the vertex. Tomorrow we'll talk about getting these other points. We're not going to use a T-chart anymore. Okay, I just wanted you to know that's the hard way so that you'll appreciate the easy way. We have an axis of symmetry that goes down the center of that parabola. The way to find your axis of symmetry is to use the axis of symmetry formula. Opposite of B over 2A, like we did 10 minutes ago. All right, what is the opposite of B?
1.
No,
1.
Negative, it's just regular one.
Plus 1.
It's just regular one.
Opposite of B!
Oh.
There is
2!
Where's the B?
Where'd all these ones come from?
I was looking at A.
I was looking at A.
B is the second coefficient. I knew that.
Over 2 times
1.
negative 1.
Wait, is that a negative 2 or positive?
The formula is always a positive 2.
Hey, Cole, are you with us?
For the B.
The opposite of B is 2.
Why is there a negative right in front of it?
That's
Because
an equal.
There's no negative in front of it. It's a 2.
Negative times negative.
It's a negative.
The B is the
You're taking
regular.
The opposite, which is positive.
Looks like a negative.
That's an equal sign.
Wait, why do you have the negative for the regular B?
Come up here, I'll show you. Come here, come here.
Come on, go.
Well, according to your board.
It's like special.
Great YouTube.
That's not an
That looks like a gradient. But you just drew that.
2 over 2 times A. So that's 2 over negative 2. Now, you guys that do all this in your head, you're going to miss a lot of questions. If you don't write this part down, you're going to miss a lot. Now, the other thing is how to use your calculator. What happens when the opposite of B over 2A is, say, 16 over negative 2 times 3. No, positive 2 times negative 3. That's always positive. If you punch it in your calculator as 16 divided by 2 times negative 3, you're going to get the wrong answer.
Negative 24.
Oh, so it's B divided by 2.
It is not negative 24.
Wait, what?
The only way you can get the right answer
Parentheses?
is
But it's negative.
to either use the fraction bar, which I'm not going to get into right now,
Why
or
did you put a negative?
find out what that is. That's negative 6. And then the answer is negative 8 thirds.
Negative in front of the 2.
Okay? Negative 16 over 6 is negative 8 thirds. You can't get that on your calculator unless you learn how to use the fractions. What your calculator does not understand is that you have a denominator here. Josh, you have a denominator here that needs parentheses. Otherwise, it's going to follow order of operations and divide first. So your calculator is not your friend if you don't know how to use it. All right? So make sure when you do 16 divided by negative 6, you're going to get negative 8 thirds. That's your axis of symmetry on my example. Now let's go back to the problem. Okay, we have a negative 1 axis of symmetry. axis of symmetry. X is -1. So that means our vertex is -1 something. Plug it in and see what you get. -1 is X. Again, let's see if you know. Don't do it mentally. Just make sure you know how to use your calculator. What do you get when you plug in -1?
1.
You got 1?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I got
3.
You got negative?
I got 3.
3. That's why we have so many F's on this test. They don't know how to use a calculator.
I got 3.
The answer is 1.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, what are you punching in? Say it as you do it.
Parentheses, -1.
No.
You forgot the negative.
You forgot the negative.
Opposite.
Negative.
Oh.
Parenthesis.
-1.
-1. Parenthesis. Caret. 2. Subtraction 2 times -1 in parentheses.
Wait, I didn't do some of that stuff, and I still got it. All right.
Okay,
Well,
great.
you probably did it in your head. You did the opposite of B, which is 1, right? Instead of
No, I
writing
did
it twice.
-1. You press the x squared button, then -2 in parentheses.
-1 x squared button is 1. The first number is -1. So whatever you did, you might have undone it with another mistake, but you're not doing it right. So your odds of getting it right aren't very good. All right. So -1, 1 was the vertex. Okay, let's do another one. Wait a minute, I got a good one. Y equals 5x squared minus 10x plus 3. I know that I have a parabola that goes like this. The first thing I'm going to do is find the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is x equals the opposite of b over 2a. What's the opposite of b? 10. 2 times what? 5. What's the axis of symmetry? 1. Plug 1 in and tell me what the vertex is.
I got -2.
-2?
Two
It's -2. You don't need this. Times 1 is the same number. 5 minus 10 plus 3. Okay? All right. Last one. Do it all by yourself. Find the axis of symmetry. And then find the vertex. Watch them fall apart. Sorry, camera. They're going to fall apart.
Oh, I don't know if to put it under the negative.
Keep in mind, when you are graphing these, you're going to have to put the vertex down exactly where it is. And this happens to be number 9 on your homework.
This is supposed to be isn't it?
You're taking a test. Your life depends on it. You got to write something down.
Alright, I wrote something down.
Write something down. Give me an ordered pair of the vertex. It's going to be ugly. that? How about just the axis of symmetry? Let's not even go to vertex. Just give me the axis of symmetry. Just the axis of symmetry. On your homework, you don't have to find the vertex on this one anyway. We'll leave that part out.
I got a guess.
Weren't you the one that wanted to do board work?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
forget that formula.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Anybody have it?
What?
I got 5/2.
Positive function.
5/3. It's 5/3.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't get that.
Negative divided by negative makes it opposite.
So the opposite of B is negative 10 over 2 times negative 3, negative 10 over negative 6, 5/3.
Oh, so I was right.
Now why you don't want to change it to a decimal is because that's 1 2/3. You have to find 1 2/3 on your coordinate plane. You know, it's almost 2. Okay? All right, now I'll give you one where I'm going to give you an equation and I want you to go ahead and find a vertex. I didn't want you to have to find a vertex with 5/3. I'm not ready for that. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen, guys.
When?
You know, these parabolas aren't floating around exactly where you want them to be. You did the vertex? So you did negative 3 times 5/3 times 5/3, right? Plus 10 times 5/3 plus 9. What'd you get? What? 34? Well, these cancel out.
Well, they have to multiply by each other first, don't they?
No, but I can do it. 25 over 9
I just did it without my calculator.
times okay. That's still negative, so it's negative 25/3 Right. plus 50/3 plus 9. That's 25/3 plus 9, 17,
I think I put that in negative somewhere.
17 and 1/3.
Whoa. That's a vertex.
Yeah, I forgot a negative. because
Yeah. So that's why I didn't want you to do it.
Where are we
Because
gonna?
I didn't think you would do it correctly. Am I right? Here's for you knuckleheads. Which, by the way, Malachi, since you're new, my notes tell you what to do step by step, like one of those dummy books, you know, those yellow dummy books you buy in a bookstore.
Yeah.
You know, it's called Algebra for Dummies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Word for word, step by step, if you just read it. You didn't even look at it.
I did look at it. I said
Okay,
after school.
huh?
I said after school yesterday. I looked at it.
Okay, I'm going to come and show you a question and a notes and how they were similar and how you didn't put anything down, okay?
All right.
Okay. All right, y equals negative 3x squared plus 6x minus 7. Find the axis of symmetry and find the vertex. You should be trying this at home.
Parentheses and a parentheses? Can you have parentheses and a parentheses?
Notes. X squared minus plus 2. I put a point in. 2 times 2, got 4. Added 2. Since it was negative, I got a 6. Okay? Blah, 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 blah. Got all these points, right? And then I graphed it. All I did was change it to subtract 4 instead of add 2. Same. Okay. Identify the vertex. Vertex. the bottom of your parabola. All you do is tell me what that point was.
Wait, where?
The vertex is -3, 0. The vertex here is -4, 2.
What did you get?
Is that the vertex?
You got negative.
Yeah, it was.
Got negative
Oh, I see it.
The vertex here is
Wait,
1,
you got
2,
negative 1
5.
What's
for
B?
Wait, what'd you get?
What's B?
I thought the vertex is just like
that
The
one.
opposite
The vertex is the highest or lowest point.
divided by
But
2.
negative
that's what
six
you just
divided
gave me
by
a
six.
Two times negative
Well, I thought it was
three
like-
is negative 6.
I thought it was. I thought it
Negative
was
6
like
divided by negative 6.
It is just one.
yeah, but like okay, I would have said yeah, but I would have said
Negative
like
6 divided by negative 6 is positive
Yeah.
3.
Well, no, the answer is positive.
Negative 6 divided by negative 6.
I had this. Wait,
Okay.
Just on it.
Negative 3, right?
What?
I already
Then
had
you put in
this.
the positive.
I know, you can throw it out. All right, ready? What's your answer?
The AOS, I got 1, and then the vertex is -4.
1, -4. Somebody have something different? What'd you get?
Negative 3.
-3 what?
I don't know, I just got negative 3.
He never got there.
1,
1, 1? Any other ones?
1 negative.
1 what?
1 negative.
It's already up
I
there.
got -1, -10.
Negative
AB or whatever.
Negative 1, negative 16.
Is that X?
Yeah, so I found access to some shit.
Negative 1, negative 4. I mean, positive 1, negative 4.
Of course, if you got -1, you didn't have a chance to get the right y. All right,
Because they didn't change the
I know.
positive.
the opposite of b is -6 over 2 times -3. That's -6 over -6. The axis of symmetry is 1.
Told you.
No, see.
How'd you guys get -1?
That's what I told you.
I put in negative
Because
3, I tried to plug the X
I didn't
in.
see my
The
negative.
negative part of the 3. That,
You do put that
that's
in.
not it.
Yeah.
I didn't put -7 at the end though.
That negative in front of the 3 makes this
Plug in the
-6.
1.
Yeah, I know, I didn't put the
Once you
negative.
find
Is what I'm saying.
Oh,
the
no,
axis
so
of symmetry, you plug that in.
Do I need to do
What
that?
I did was, I only plugged in the X and the negative 3.
All right.
I
You
didn't
can't plug
put
in an X.
Now we're gonna plug in a 1.
So it gives you the X right there.
It doesn't give you the X.
Top right, I'd love to plug it in.
No, oh my gosh, he's very lost back here. You're not.
I mean,
offered
Mr. I wanna do board work is lost?
You have to find the X.
But then why does it say X equals, which that means that's what X is?
It equals that formula. X equals negative B over 2A.
But just the numbers.
So you look and you find B. B is 6.
So you're telling me you can't
So you're
like,
giving it -6 over 2 times -3.
so you can't put like -3 times.
You can't make up a number for X.
Well, no, like you can put like for negative B, you can put -6. Like, can you plug it in if you have that formula with the right?
You can turn that off.
Yeah.